So this video is going to be done on my phone and on a lot of other spaces and mediums, but this is the Kip Jackson Start Somewhere, whatever you want to call it, studio tour 2025, 2026. Let's get it. So one of my favorite things about my studio is the modularity of it, and I'm excited because one, I have the weights over there. I have 3 or 4 different sets, gears, places I can do. I can have interviews back here on the wall. There's just so much I can get done. Well, I'm going to use my phone because I want to give you guys an organic feel of what it's like to be in this space. I'm going to film wide because I just love, that space. But here is my top down. I have one of these, tables that go up and down. Up, go down, please. Yep, goes up and down to my liking here, And I'm able to test gear because I have the top down. I have some lights here powered by an app, but also plugged into all the way right there. Yeah, plugged in right there. So they actually all connected, all have that lighting that I can either control the temperature of, warm, cool. I have it set to warm back there because that's the set. Then I have my gear wall here. Wow, that's a lot of gear on the gear wall. My favorite thing about it is that I can just pick up something that I might need. Let's dive into some of the stuff that's here besides the, shop vac. And yeah, this is my garage, but got some C-stands here that fake blood for one of my sets a while ago, one of my slates, some more lights that I plan to use, whole bunch of lights down here, like what is that, I don't even know the brand of that, a GDV, right? No, GVM light, and then a NAND light system that I've been trying to get back to using more of on my set. Have all my lights and gear there, some Zhiyun cranes, the new one, Cine Pier, then also my good old reliable crane 2S. Love that side of the gear wall. So I usually grab that stuff, put it in one of my carts and get it out of there. So this is where I like to test some of the gear, okay? I'm gonna put you on a tripod now so you can see me in the space. So this is the space here. Love it. So I'm actually gonna put my other camera on so you can see me. So I'm right here in my space here. This is where I would like to film some of the podcasts. Like I have a podcast, right? So hold on, let me, break this down and show you that the future frame of reference is where I want to talk about really anything. Got all the gear here ready to go. I see some speakers. If you're interested in, being on the podcast, or you want to be a guest, DM me. That's something I definitely want to get back to doing. But here, back to where we are. I want one of the angles here on a slider, and I'll show you some clips of what the podcast used to be like. You would sit here. I got the one mic going here. I don't like how tight it is, but one relaxed view here, and then one here, and some seats around my entire space. One of my favorite things about it is how cool it looks and how modular it can be. Now I'm going to show you the angle that you love, and that will be this angle. We're looking at the A angle for normal stuff in here. Have my microphone right there. Giant light to my left, 45 degrees. And let's get into this side of the studio. I want to break that down. So get up here. And this is also overkill, but you don't need to be filming on an FX6. I just was doing vertical content with that camera and my Fx30, but that died. So we'll use this one because it has a bigger battery. And so let's keep it going. So we have bookshelf here. You got to have the gear. The gear aesthetic is just, cool. Love having that just laid out there. History wall. I'm going to go wide so you guys can see more of that. My favorite part about this is put it here. I'm going to just put that back. Boom. So that's where I will be doing the more detailed stuff, the narrative history videos. I get out this thing and I'm like, oh, this is where we're going. I get out the globe and I'm like, oh, this is where we're going to be. This is what we're talking about today. That's what I want to do with that space. Have some old school battery grips. These are going to be for sale. Or shoot, if I hit 10K in the next year, I'll just give these away. Like I don't really need these anymore. I don't shoot for too long. And I'm not out for too long where I need battery grips like that. If not, I'll just use a V mount. This is for the A60-100 line, and this is also for the A7 line of cameras. So those are to give it away eventually. Got a whole bunch of anamorphics here. I'm not even talking to the mic. I wish I was. But anyone is interested in some of this this furniture, Amazon, 80 bucks I think this was, and you put it together. I love the color of it all this, that was 40 bucks right there.
That was 40 bucks also, same thing. And then some of these wood panels are from Wood Up, this company. I love them. I just love having them there. One of my favorite parts about the back side of this is the one that's from a thrift store, fake leaves. But this, you know, you have the ability to have whatever backdrop you want. Just I'll move this up and then put a little stool, probably that one, and sit right in front of it and do little interviews or product displays or anything that I want to do in that space. I love how the daylight sometimes comes in. It does stop there, which is cool. I get a little warmth from that, but ideally most of my shoots take place in here at night or in the early morning before my other job. And I like to do a lot of things in here. So there's a lot going on. Hope this serves as motivation to you to like just get after it. This all started from me emailing a company saying, yo, let me get them wood panels. Let me show you guys what I can do with them. Got the wood panels. Said, okay, got the wood panels. I love history. Let's talk about history on one channel. Cool. I have a lot of friends that like films. Let's talk about podcasting. Obviously, you guys can see that I love gear, love photography, videography, and that comes with the journey. All this stuff will come if you guys put some work in. So really big into the anamorphics now, by the way. That's like my thing. Have my switcher table. So the thing is that when you get onto these shoots and when you start to, you know, want to have a production company, I like to test it out here. Ignore the production monitor. Don't really need that as much anymore. But I have the Atomos switcher, which is then connected to this monitor. I'm able to switch between, let's say, that angle, this angle, and whatever angle I'll decide to put the Fx30 on. So it'll be multiple looks if I have a conversational piece going here. So this is the studio, right? That's a studio. That's the studio side of things. Now let's show you what goes into the prep work. Let me move out of there, okay? Let's get into that piece. So here we'll have, you know, the weightlifting, that part of my day, all that going on here, some extra lights, some extra modifiers and stuff like that. You gotta have that stuff if you wanna be successful in the filmmaking space. You gotta always know where that stuff is and how to use it. But I hope that this video serves as some sort of reminder to you, right? Let's cut to the A angle. Let me go actually cut to the A angle because it's where I like to be. And I have this as a reminder in my studio where I came from. That's my mom. You know, she did pass away in 2023. I like to, you know, always pay homage to her when I'm in this studio space. And whenever I'm doing projects or wherever I get low, you know, come in here, remember where I started, because we all start somewhere. Part of me, you know, being in this studio space is really just like realizing that it's true. Like it's here, it's happening right in front of me. And to not get caught up in, oh, I need that to make videos. Like I did all my videos before I even got to this space. Yes, this is where I'm gonna do some content, but I might get bored of this and move to something else in the future. That can easily happen. And I don't want you guys to get caught up in like, oh, I need this to make videos. No, you don't. Bro, I was outside. I was outside talking to a camera. Be embarrassed. Be embarrassed. It is embarrassing sometimes, but also it's cool to just do. Like, why are you gonna sit there and not do something and look back and be like, wow, like I got kids, I got 4 or 5 kids now, like I can't do that. Like, do it. That's it there. I hope you like the quick studio tour. It's your boy Kip Jackson. Hope this motivates you to get out there and get creative in your space or whatever you decide to do. Yeah, start somewhere. It all started somewhere. Peace.